I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm a white male. That is why I'm here, laying amongst my own filth, to try and get rid of just a little bit of the privilege that I have. I'm sorry that I'm a white male. I'm sorry that I'm privileged. I'm sorry that I'm responsible for all the bad things that happened, like the Holocaust and that tsunami in Japan. I'm sorry for being a white male. Hey there everybody, Hunter Avallone here, and welcome to Wrecked Wednesdays. Today, oh boy, today I've got a real doozy for you guys. It is one of the worst videos I've probably seen all year, and this is not an over-exaggeration. It comes from the SJW cesspool STD. No, I'm sorry, I mean MTV. And today, us naughty, misbehaving white guys are gonna be lectured by other cucked white guys and privileged minorities who think that they can boss us around for who knows why. Believe me, this video will anger you. Let's get started.
Hey fellow white guys.
So right off the bat, and I know this is kind of irrelevant, but I gotta ask, why do so many cucks wear these sweaters? Is it like a code of conduct amongst the cucks or something? I don't know, it just seems kind of weird. But yeah, I'm a white guy, so hey there, how's it going?
It's about to be a new year.
And there's a few things we think you could do a little bit better in 2017.
And now a moment of truth with Hunter Avallone. Ah, hello. Just because you're a minority does not give you special privilege or authority to talk down to us white men and tell us what we need to do better. According to the Book of Truth, page 78, verse 11, it's unfair and racist to tell an entire race what to do and group them as being all responsible. Us white men aren't going to listen to your pathetic slew of propaganda spewing from your herpes-infested mouth anyway. In fact, you'd have a lot of luck if this freaky-looking horse sock puppet thingy even listened to you. Please stop being racist. We aren't going to listen to you. Thank you, and have a nice day.
First off, try to recognize that America was never great for anyone who wasn't a white guy.
Okay. I mean, what on earth does this have to do with anything? Yes, at one time in American history, America wasn't specifically kind to minorities. Consider it recognized. But our country has come a very long way since then and continues to try and be one of the most accepting countries towards minorities. So I mean, what's your point? I'm a white guy. I recognize it. Can I go home now?
Can we all just agree that Black Lives Matter isn't the opposite of All Lives Matter? Black lives just matter. There's no need to overcomplicate it.
Well, people get confused because when you say Black Lives Matter, it sounds a lot like you're saying only Black Lives Matter. In all reality, your train wreck of a movement really should have been called Black Lives Matter also, but it's a little too late for that. Secondly, regardless of how many times I've said this, if you look at the frickin' data, you'll see that white people, black people, Hispanic people are all getting killed by the police. Now, of course, these killings could very well be justified, but I don't see the point in focusing on just one group of people, one race, when this is an issue that seems to be affecting everybody. If you look at the data, and then if you ask me, all lives matter seems to make a lot more sense than Black Lives Matter.
Also, Blue Lives Matter isn't a thing.
Here's a head-exploding question for Black Lives Matter snowflakes. What if the blue life is also a black life? And although the percentages are much smaller, according to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, 64 police officers were shot and killed this year. That's the most in 5 years. But like I said before, if people want to go with Blue Lives Matter, they should really go with Blue Lives Matter also. I still think all lives matter makes the most sense, because black lives, blue lives, white lives, Hispanic lives, they all fall into this category and they all have value.
Cops weren't born with blue skin, right? I mean, yeah, they weren't born blue.
Well, wasn't that a real knee slapper?
Stop bragging about being woke.
Hey guys, guess what? I'm woke.
Stop saying woke.
I'll stop saying woke as soon as you stop eating cake.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the funniest parts of the entire video, if you ask me. Mansplaining is a retarded word invented by feminists, and it literally just means that a man is talking down to a woman in a condescending kind of way. So this girl is complaining about mansplaining, and then the snarky little dolt just does the exact same thing.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Well, maybe you should learn what womansplaining is and stop doing it.
Oh, and if you're a judge, don't prioritize the well-being of an Ivy League athlete over the woman he assaulted.
Alright, well, as much as I'm not a fan of this guy, I completely agree with what he said. I think that Brock Turner's punishment is ridiculous, way too short, and completely unfair. However, it's also very unfair to group all white people as being the same as this judge with his actions that we all disagree with. I might share the same skin color as that judge. I might be a white man just like that judge, but I'm not responsible for his actions just because we share the same skin color. All white men are not the same, and you can't group us as all the same. When you do that, there's a word for it. It's called racism.
We all love Beyonce, and yeah, she's black, so of course she cares about black issues. I'm talking to you, Fox News.
Feel free to take Kanye West, though. You guys can have him.
You know what you did, Kanye.
Well, it looks like we just found stupidity and hypocrisy. Shocking, right? So you defend Beyonce, the one who supported the police murdering Black Panthers because she preaches what you want to hear. But then as soon as another person of color thinks differently than you, supports Trump, and thinks for himself, you suddenly don't want him anymore? I have a question for you discriminating idiots. Are people of color allowed to have their own opinions, or do they need to be brain dead like you to be part of your little club?
Nobody who has black friends says that they have black friends.
Look, you can see it in this guy's eyes. He's totally whipped. Look at that. He looks like that sad, submissive beta male that he is. This is quite honestly one of the stupidest things I think I've ever heard in my entire life. So if I have black friends, which I do, and then I tell somebody I have black friends, I don't have black friends? It's like a freaking riddle with you guys. Plus, if you think about it, when you social justice retards are constantly going around screaming that everybody is racist, a lot of people probably feel the need to remind you and remind everyone else that they have black friends so they're not being accused of being racist. But apparently, you know, that doesn't work either.
And just because you have black friends doesn't mean you're not racist. You can be racist with black friends.
This guy is by far the most annoying one in the video. And you know, I'm not sorry to say this, but you, sir, along with everyone else in this video, are complete and total scum. There's just no way around it. You're all disgusting, pathetic, racist trash. Now on to the point. Racist people don't have black friends. Remember, racism is defined by considering your race to be superior or by considering other races inferior. Kind of like what you're doing in your video towards white people. When you consider yourself to be better than someone else, you usually don't associate yourself with that person. Remember when racism was so alive in this country, when segregation was around, there were separate places for blacks and whites because blacks were considered inferior and weren't to be associated with. So if I associate myself with black people, how on earth am I still racist after that? I've done business with black people. I've worked with black people. I've served black people. I assure you, I think people of color are equal 100%. I am not a racist. And me being a white man doesn't make me a racist either. So do us all a favor and stop grouping all white men as racists. Stop being racist yourself and stop trying to be the freaking victim. Sorry, I'll stop telling you what to do. I just have one more request. Go screw yourself.
Look, guys, we know nobody's perfect.
Of course you know that. Have you ever looked in the mirror?
But honestly, you could do a little better in 2017.
I know this is irrelevant. I know, I'm sorry, but I've got to ask. Why on earth is this girl's head so freaking flat? I'm sorry, my sense of humor is so immature. And guess what? There's a few things you could do better in 2017 also. Like, stop preaching at me like you're some holy person since you're a minority and have some authority to tell me what to do and how to do things. Guess what? You want equality? We have it. I'm not above you. You aren't above me. So stop acting like you are. And lastly, if anyone else were to make a video telling black people what they should do better in 2017, we'd all be racist scumbags. The double standard.
Some of you guys do a great job. Some of you don't.
Please, because 2016 is bad. 2017 can't be worse than this, all right? Because this is bad.
Don't you find it a little bit ironic that these people blame all white people for the problems, and then all of a sudden they turn around and beg us white people to fix all the problems? It's like, make up your mind. And no, 2016 wasn't that bad. We don't feel sorry for you. That was rough. But you know what? After reviewing the video, I decided I have a few things that I think SJWs could do better also. So here's my 2017 resolutions for SJWs. Hey SJWs, there's some things I think you could be doing better in 2017.
Stop thinking everything is hate speech except when it's directed at white people.
Try to understand that not every white person is racist.
Stop accusing white people of being privileged, yet treating minorities like a special privileged group.
If you hate white people so much, why don't you stop posting videos on the internet, which was invented by white people?
If you hate Trump so much, move to Canada like you all said.
Learn to accept the fact that we live in a republic and learn to accept the results of the election.
Stop being so triggered all the time. You dumb faggots.
You dumb faggot.
Bye for now.